MP3 versus WAV. What is the difference? WAV files. WAV files are one of the simplest digital audio file formats. Microsoft originally developed WAV in 1991 for the use within Windows 3.1. Apple developed its own version of the WAV in 1988 called AIF, which you'll be familiar with from using Logic. WAV and AIF files are known as uncompressed file formats. What is a WAV file? They work by taking an audio signal and converting it to binary data, zeros and ones. To do this, your computer takes snapshot slices thousands of times per second. For example, CD quality audio records at 44.1 kHz, meaning that it records 44,100 slices per second. This makes it capable of recording the entire audible frequency range of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, also known as Nyquist's theorem. Analog to digital conversion. So you can see from this graph that the snapshots of the signal, they mean the better the quality. The more that you have, the better the quality will be. So the red line is the digital snapshots and the blue line is the continuous analog signal. The more of those you have, the better the quality will be. The benefits of using WAV. It is an uncompressed, lossless format. This means that the audio is accurately reproduced without losing any audio quality. It is a very simple format. Files are relatively easy to process and edit, and this has meant that it's really easy to get a wide range of editing software available at all levels. For studio recordings, mastering, and pro audio applications, WAVs are an excellent format to work in. You can download songs in WAV format, and it is a standard for audio production. The negatives of using WAV. File size. WAV files are large. A stereo CD quality recording, 44.1 kHz and 16-bit, works out at about 10 megabytes per minute. So for a 3-minute song, that's about 30 megabytes. Large file sizes make WAVs impractical for portable devices and streaming. It will take a long time if you want to upload it to the internet, and you won't be able to add as an attachment in an email because the file size will be too large. So what are MP3s? MP3 is a shortened name for MPEG-2 Audio Layer 3. The format was developed by the Moving Picture Experts Group. Unlike WAV files, MP3s are a compressed, lossy format. This means that encoding audio to MP3 will reduce its quality, but also reduce its file size. So how do MP3s work? There will be certain frequencies that the ear will not hear, so it gets rid of this data. It knows that if there are loud sounds, they will mask quieter ones, so it removes these hidden sounds. And it also exploits the fact that the ear will hear some frequencies better than others, so it will remove the ones that it doesn't think you're going to hear. Once an MP3 has decided what data to keep and what data to remove, it is then compressed using more traditional data compression techniques. The file size will usually get around to about 1/10 of a WAV file, but at the expense of losing some audio quality. The benefits of using MP3. There's a small file format. They can be easily distributed over the internet and huge libraries stored on computers or handheld devices. So because of this, they have become the consumer standard for purchasing music. Compressed files with little perceivable difference to the overall sound quality. And it's very easy to convert a WAV or a CD to MP3, and there's many free software available to do this. What are the negatives? Audio quality is sacrificed. Though it's very clever, MP3 coding isn't perfect. Compression can sometimes result in odd audio artifacts, particularly on the higher frequencies. MP3s are not suitable for pro audio work because of this. However, there are some other factors that will affect the quality of your MP3. kbps. kbps stands for kilobits per second. This refers to the bit rate range. Bit rates range from 32 to 320. Bitrate refers to the number of bits or the amount of data that are processed over a certain amount of time. So it's kind of similar to our sampling rate. The higher the bit rate, the more data and the better the quality of the file. So a 32 kbps MP3 will sound far worse than a 320 kbps MP3. iTunes has a kbps of 256 and Spotify even has the option for 320. So we see from these two graphs, on A, we've got a lower bit rate, a lower bit depth, and on B, we've got a higher bit rate, a higher bit depth. So by increasing the bit depth, you get finer increments and a more accurate representation of the signal. So let's hear this in action. Here in Logic, we have a WAV file and then MP3s at different kilobytes per second rates as well, ranging all the way from 320 to 32. So first off, we're going to listen to the uncompressed WAV file. Now I'm going to go back and switch between the different MP3 bit rates. So this process should demonstrate why it's always best to use WAV uncompressed formats when working with Pro Audio.